Students reading for the gist of this paragraph might say, this paragraph is about how frogs, like the toad and horned frog, seek out their food. But if the student considers the details at the sentence and word level, or reads closely, he will realize that the author has created a much richer picture supported by a variety of details. Let's look back at the paragraph, sentence by sentence. The first sentence, some frogs seek out their food, introduces the topic, how frogs seek out their food. In the next two sentences, the author describes how the toad finds its food, and then states a statistic related to how many insects the toad can eat in one summer, 5,000. The fourth sentence begins with the phrase, other frogs. The word other signals to the reader that a contrast is going to be made. In this case, the author is introducing a different kind of frog that ambushes their prey in contrast to the toad, which hops around seeking out its prey. The next sentence introduces the horned frog, the frog that ambushes its prey, and then the author includes a four-sentence descriptive sequence of the horned frog's ambush of prey. Take a moment to reread these sentences and notice the sequence of events described, and then I'll continue. This descriptive sequence is followed by a sentence that describes the horned frog as not a fussy eater, and a list of creatures the horned frog eats, which differs from the previous list of what the toad eats. If a student read the text closely, as we just did, their synthesis might sound like this. Well, the author is describing how the toad and horned frog seek their food, but he doesn't just give information about one and then the other. He describes these creatures' habits in such a way that I notice the contrast between the two. They are very different in how they seek their food and in what they eat. I think this ties back to the theme in the book that frogs are diverse creatures.